Today, August
the 16th.
August the 16th. We're looking forward to that. We're going to give a bit more details about it in a moment. But for now, I think this is you. Well, we'll let you introduce it, shall we?
This is from the Aloha from Hawaii show. This is Suspicious Minds. Bring it on, baby.
Elvis Presley. If I hadn't have told you different, you would have thought that was Elvis Presley. Come on, admit it. And it wasn't. It was Gordon Hendricks. He's a local lad. He grew up in Kids Grove. He is. Gordon, I don't think I'm ever exaggerating. It's one of the best Elvis impersonators in the world.
That's what they say. I mean, I've worked at it, over the years. I've gone into competitions and done my thing. So it's just somebody's opinion, I suppose.
It's interesting. You just dropped slightly into the Elvis accent there, didn't you?
Yes, take it on, baby.
Do you do that? Do you do that a lot? Do you find yourself just kind of accidentally dropping into it? Just ordering a dry martini and a packet of peanuts at the bar and an Elvis voice.
No, not really.
No. It's interesting. I think everyone I know thinks they can do a good Elvis. You speak to anyone as soon as you mention Elvis, and they'll probably go, "Thank you very much."
Yeah.
That's as good as it gets from me, by the way. Just that bit. But can you give us a little?
Thank you very much.
It's good, isn't it? It's good. I hate to break you, but before we say goodbye to you this afternoon, we will get you to do just one little line of Elvis' song line, which would be nice, a treat for people, I think. Let's talk about Aloha from Hawaii. It's the big Elvis show, isn't it, that I think a lot of people know, whereas in the white suit, it's got a huge, great, big backing band. I mean, it's a famous performance.
What it was, Matt, it was the first ever TV show to be satellited around the world in 1973, so it was a massive thing for Elvis to do. It's never been recreated on stage before because the size of the show and the production side of it, and I'm kind of reaching the latter part of my career now, and I wanted to do something that was special to me, to look back on and go, I did that, it means a lot to me, and also the musicians that we've picked for the show are just top-class musicians.
All
the backing singers, they're fantastic musicians, people to work with.
You could hear there.
They're amazing.
It was bang on.
And what I tried to do was, when you go see an Elvis show these days, it's basically an Elvis impersonator with a five-piece band and a couple of singers, and that's basically all you get. What I tried to do was with this show was recreate something that happened in history. In 1973, this went around the world. It was the biggest show ever, and we wanted to take it on tour and put it on stage so people could actually sit there and think, wow, I'm actually seeing it for real, and that's what we tried to do. And the response we've had from the first couple of shows that we've done is that response. It's an experience for people. They kind of go back and just sit there and go, wow, I'm here, and that's exactly what we're after. I've
got some pictures, which is no good on the radio, but looking here now, a picture from your stage show. And if you hadn't have told me, I'd think that was the actual performance, because you've recreated it bang on. The outfits, the musicians, the singers all stood in the exact place. I mean, you've obviously spent a lot of time studying this performance, and you're studying the video.
Yes, totally. And the thing is, the backdrops are made professionally for the show. Everybody's in the costumes. If you put the DVD on from Aloha from Hawaii, the original, and then come and watch our show, you're thinking you were watching the DVD. We've got it that close, with everybody on board. It's something special to go and watch, even if you're not an Elvis fan. Just appreciating the music and sitting there. I mean, we've got orchestra there. It's just a lovely thing to do and to see, really.
How is life as an Elvis impersonator? I mean, it's
tough.
Not be a bad life.
It's tough. There's a lot of competition, and people.
There's a world of competition. It's everywhere, isn't it?
Well, there's Elvises everywhere, and everybody proclaims to be the best in the world, and that's what you're up against. And I've kind of give up on that years ago. I've achieved what I've achieved in my career, and like I say, people say that I'm one of the best in the world. I've performed everywhere, really, all over the world with some greats. I've worked with the original members of Elvis's group.
Have you?
I've done it all, so
2005 grand final winner, Stars in Their Eyes. Who else was in the final?
As I can remember, I think Phil Collins was in it.
I should think you'd beat Phil Collins. I'd be disappointed if Phil Collins
but he was a
Elvis.
really nice guy. But that seems like years ago. I mean, it was years ago, 2005.
Yeah, 7 years.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. And I think you change as a performer, and your experiences change as well as you get a bit older, and it's a completely different. I mean, what kind of gets to me a little bit is people remember me just for the Stars in Their Eyes, and they haven't seen me perform now.
Yeah.
When they come and see me now, it's like completely a million miles away. It's more professional. It's more of a production.
Well, the show's on Friday, 16th of August.
Yes, please come along and see it.
It's at the Regent.
The Regent Theatre.
It sounds like it's going to be a top night. I mean,
it's amazing. And just one more thing before I go is in that show, Aloha from Hawaii, the original, Elvis used to give out a cape on every single show. We do that on our show. We give out a cape every single show.
Just chuck it into the audience.
Yeah, so they can take it with them.
That's good. That means your expenses are pretty high. They must be pretty high on this anyway. You've got a huge band to pay.
It's very high, and you know what? Next year we're doing 25 dates. We're doing the O2 in London with it, which is amazing for us.
Big that.
Yeah, we're finishing off the tour there, So yeah, it's going great.
Best of luck with it. I'm sure you don't need it a lot. I think it's going to be fabulous.
Thank you, Matt.
What they can't see as well is you've got a look of Elvis about you as well. I think you've got you kind of yeah, big sideboards though, which I'm guessing is there for the Elvis. Your hair. Do you wear a wig or do you keep your dark in your hair?
I'm not telling you. It's a secret.
Listen, thank you so much for coming in. It's a pleasure to meet you. Can you give us just one line, just to say goodbye, and we'll use that line as our goodbye.
What, do you want me to say goodbye to the people?
No, sing a song. Just one line from an Elvis song.
When no one else can understand me, when everything I do is wrong, you give me hope and consolation, you give me strength to carry on. That's it, folks.
Travel update.